So today we are going to be talking all about poll working. So first, a little bit of background about poll working. For the November 3rd election, we are in the midst of a global pandemic, as you all know, and many of our poll workers are older citizens who will not be able to work at the polls for this election because of the pandemic. So we need younger citizens to step up and help to run elections so everyone can get their vote counted and we can make sure everything runs smoothly. So qualifications to be a poll worker. In Madison, and to be a poll worker, you just have to be a qualified elector, so an adult citizen who resides within the election district for 28 consecutive days. So basically, if you vote here, you can be a poll worker here. If you live here, you can be a poll worker here. You have to be able to read English, and you can't be a candidate for office. So then, what does a poll worker do? So poll workers assist in pretty much every process of every part of the voting process. So they help to check in voters, they help to make sure that they are checking their ID and signing the poll book and then giving them their ballot, and then helping to make sure that if anyone has any questions, we can answer the questions. And then we have poll workers that help to register voters at the polls or help with curbside voting. There's such a variety of things you could do as a poll worker. Every local clerk provides training before election day, so don't be worried if you've never done it before, you don't know so much about how the voting process works. They will provide training, and then at your polling location when you are a poll worker, there's lots of other poll workers that have experience that can help you out, and there is always a chief inspector who can help you as well. And since there's so many different jobs you can do, it's very, if you don't feel comfortable registering people to vote, they have other stuff you can do. All right, so then poll working specifically in Madison. So poll workers can specify what city they'd like to work in. For Madison, they have two shifts, so a 6 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. shift and a 1:30 p.m. to close shift, and then also peak hours, so 4 p.m. to close. Or if you would like, you could work a double shift. For this November election poll workers will be paid $21.79 an hour by the Madison clerk's office. This is including the hazard pay because of the pandemic, but usually poll workers get paid, I think it's like $13 and some cents an hour, so still super awesome. And you will be provided personal protective equipment. Unfortunately, Madison, or fortunately, I guess, Madison no longer needs poll workers. They had 6,000 people sign up for about 3,000 slots. So if you want to work for this November election, you could try to find a polling location in your hometown that would need a poll worker, but you would not be able to work in Madison. But you could always sign up to work for future elections. I'm sure the Madison clerk's office will need more poll workers in the future. So this is just for future reference, not for this November election, but you can sign up right now to work for other elections for the Madison clerk's office. You must attend a 1-hour training, but you do get paid for that training before election day. And they will communicate via email. It's super simple. I just get an email that says, hey, this is where your polling location is. And then if you have any questions, you can email or call them, and they always want to work with you to make sure that you get what you need to be a poll worker. So applying to be a poll worker outside of Madison. So this would be if you want to work in the November election or in a future election, but not in Madison, you can go to powerthepolls.org/campus, and that has information about every polling location or different clerk's offices and how you would apply to be a poll worker at that location. And then a little bit of resources. So if you have any other questions about voting or poll working, you can go to vote.wisc.edu. If you want to check your polling location or your registration or request an absentee ballot, you can go to myvote.wy.gov. And the League of Women Voters of Dane County, you can go to their website. They have a helpline that you can call that has the number on their website for any questions you have. A live person will answer, and you can ask questions about voting or poll working, and they also have information about positions and candidates for local elections. If you're interested in Badgers Vote, you can follow us on Instagram at Badgers Vote, listen to our podcast at Podcast Your Vote, and go to our website, vote.wisc.edu, or sign up for our texting platform. All right, that is everything I have. Does anyone have any questions?